Call the February 18th meeting of the Plan Commission to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Jason Carnahan.
Here.
Kellen Dooley.
Here.
Bill Van Wy.
Yes.
Sandy Harrison. Jerry Yoder.
Here.
Frank Pulver. Suzanne Davis.
Here.
Angie Holt.
Here.
Tyler Lanning.
Here.
Alicia Rogers. Mike McCarowich.
Here.
Andrew Cruz.
Here.
Chris Gallmer. Here. Meredith Wright here.
At this time, we'll all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll have a moment if someone would like to lead us in a word of prayer.
Sure, let's bow our heads. Father, we just ask you to, as it says in your word, Lord, where two or more are gathered, you will be here also. So we invite you in, Lord, to this Plan Commission meeting, Lord. We ask for clarity in our decisions, and we want to make it wise decisions for you and your kingdom and for the residents of this county. In Jesus' name, amen.
You all should have received the minutes from the January meeting. If there's no additions or corrections, would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll move to approve.
Well, second.
I have a motion and a second to approve previous meeting minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Minutes are approved. Claims were also in the packet for January. Same thing. If there's no additions or corrections, would entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve.
A motion and a second to approve claims for January. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Okay, claims are approved. No old business, Chris? New business is the review of the 2040 Comprehensive Plan. This plan is a rewrite of the 2017 Comprehensive Plan. The Plan Commission shall give favorable, unfavorable, or no recommendation to county commissioners.
So last meeting was the public presentation for the DeKalb 2040 Comprehensive Plan. In your packets was the adoption draft of that plan. HWC is here, Jen and Rachel in the back, to give a brief presentation of the adoption draft and hopefully get a adoption recommendation from the Plan Commission to the county commissioners. So they're here, and I've got the slides up for you. Will you make sure that is the mic on?
Now it is.
Now restart.
All right. Thank you. I will say this again. My name is Rachel Christensen with HWC Engineering, and I've got Jen Barclay here with me tonight. Thanks for having us back again. We had a really good time last time we were here, kind of giving the presentation and then talking with you all when we went downstairs into the Rotunda area, which is, like I said last time, just amazing. What a neat asset for your county. So tonight we're just going to do a very brief presentation. We don't want to go through in all the detail that we did last time because I might put you guys to sleep, although I know everyone is super excited about comprehensive planning, but we just don't need to go in all that depth unless you guys have additional questions you want to ask us. So, of course, here's the project team. Again, just a high-level overview that county planning and just comprehensive planning in general, this is a guide for long-term community investment. It's used by boards and commissions like this one, the county commissioners, and other elected and appointed officials and leadership within your community on making decisions about the future of DeKalb County. This also helps guide your zoning ordinance, so that's a huge piece of comprehensive planning. The future land use map that we have in this is not your zoning map. However, it does kind of give you that foundation for any changes in the future. We had a 4-phase planning process, so kicking off in December of 2024. We had a phase where we focused a lot on the public engagement piece. We then formed the plan where we actually did the drafting, all the really hard work behind the scenes. And then now we're in the 4th and final phase, which is the practical adoption steps. And like Chris said, tonight we are hoping that this group will make a recommendation to the county commissioners on whether or not to adopt the plan. The next step then, of course, is going to the county commissioners for their final approval of the plan. Like I said, we had a lot of community engagement as part of this. You had a 22-member steering committee meeting, and you can see all the engagement opportunities that the public had to chime in and give us their feedback on the plan. And that really helped build the foundation with the steering committee. And also, you know, our research that we did of the existing conditions of DeKalb County all, you know, formed that foundation from which this plan was built. We had some key themes that were identified throughout that public engagement period, which then went into developing the vision for DeKalb County. So let me just, this is the one piece that we'll focus on though. DeKalb County is intentionally shaping a future where strategic growth strengthens the local community to create lasting opportunity. While celebrating DeKalb County's heritage of farming, classic car culture, and the people that make DeKalb County unique, the county is striving to be a place for opportunity, where education, workforce development, and local businesses create pathways to success at every stage of life. You'll be a steward of land and water, balancing thoughtful development with long-term care for farmland and natural systems, and also a home where families and employers flourish, offering quality housing, amenities, and a strong sense of place. So with that, there were a variety of goals that were then put together that are part of this comprehensive plan. And I'm going to pass it off to Jen now, and she can go into just a little bit of detail about how the plan is set up, with also some of the recommendations.
Good evening. Thanks for having us again. As Rachel said, this is just a brief outline of how the comprehensive plan is structured. So the executive summary is really meant to be just a quick overview that, say, if you want to get an overall feel of what the document is leading towards, you can read those few pages instead of the 100+ pages. Not to say that we don't want you to read the whole thing. So we go into like an introduction where we talk about some existing conditions, the public participation in depth that Rachel talked about, and then really the subject matter. And that's the pieces that we speak to, like land use, transportation, housing, trails and open space, arts, culture, placemaking. Then you do have a chapter for the town of Corona, since you guys as a plan commission govern the town of Corona, planning and zoning, and then an implementation chapter as well. So within the subject matter chapters, each one has a goal, strategies, and objectives. Those goals obviously set you up for what are we trying to achieve. And then the strategies and objectives are how you really get there. I'm sure Chris puts together lovely staff reports for you with each application that comes in. I'm sure he will then start, you know, referencing those, like this is what our comprehensive plan says about this type of application. And that's really where you guys as a board can really dive in and see what the comprehensive plan is guiding you towards. We did want to provide an overview of your current future land use map. You'll see that here. You do have some different categories for like agriculture, some more with like commercial and industrial. So what you'll see with the proposed new one is we streamline that a bit. Overall, the strategies between the two remain pretty similar. Growth around your municipalities, around certain corridors and infrastructure remains the same. You see that residential growth there in yellow, commercials in red, purple's industrial. So overall between the two, comparatively, you're pretty similar. And then, like I said, the town of Corona, we give some specific demographic data, the public engagement we went through there, and also some specific recommendations. So if you guys get a project in Corona, you can have some guidance there as well. And then the implementation, that's really where we start to give you some action steps forward. This isn't meant to be for the next 10 plus years. You just follow this step by step. That's not what this is. It is strategies to start the implementation of the plan. So those strategies that we talk about is modernizing your UDO, updating your transportation plan, looking at the merits of establishing or further utilizing TIF districts. That connect to DeKalb County is really about trails. And then developing a Made in DeKalb brand. That's really about marketing yourself to bringing business in, so economic development, but also placemaking as well. So as a reminder for everyone, the whole document is available on the project website, DeKalb2040.com. As Rachel was saying,
Could you go back to the previous previous page? Number 3 should be assess in the first word of that line, I think.
Thank you.
Before we, I just didn't want to have it
That's all.
not mentioned, so.
And so
True.
we're, so the whole plan is available on the project website. You guys tonight were asking for a favorable recommendation to the county commissioners. They're ultimately responsible for approving and implementing the document overall. And that we're planning to speak with them on March 2nd. Any questions? Thank you.
It's off.
Well, for now.
Dark.
So you did back up. Have you go right.
Does anyone on the board have any questions for our presenters while they're still fresh and ready? Is there any discussion amongst the board? What we were presented? Nothing?
Had discussion.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just gonna say, I mean, we've had this out to the public for a month now, right? At least, actually over that, but from the public presentation till now. And we've had, what, maybe 2 or 3 people submit comments on the plan, and it was more or less comments on strategy and what we've done, but nothing really of substance that would require any changes to the comprehensive plan. I think that what we're going to now focus on once this would get adopted is a couple of those implementation ideas that are in the back of the plan, and we're going to discuss this later, but coming up with a committee to review ordinance updates that need to happen, that we've talked about for a while, especially during the last few years, 2 or 3 years, on things that need to happen with our UDO to update it and get it updated, for lack of better terms. So this plan, obviously, as you guys know, is not law. It's just recommendations that we use to give recommendations to the commissioners for proposed ordinance changes, including text and rezone. So we'll be utilizing this a lot, and it's also used for the greater community as well. Obviously, there's things in here that you probably read that you're like, how can the county implement these? The kind of the Made in DeKalb brand, or other things that while the county can supply support for, whether that's financially, monetarily, or not, could be things that other members of the community can do, whether that's the Community Foundation that's already working hard at some of these, or the YMCA or other community organizations. So it's not just a plan for the Plan Commission and Commissioners, but it's also a plan for the greater good of the community.
I just want to add a guidance document.
Go ahead, yeah.
This is a guidance document, so like Chris said, it's not law. It is something that's used as a tool to help guide decision-making within the county. And yes, there's some parts and pieces of this that might go beyond that, are looking at other community members and entities and organizations that can come in and help, move a vision forward for DeKalb County. So I think that's really important to note too. A couple of requirements that have to be in a comprehensive plan. We have to talk about land use, we have to talk about roads, we have to talk about public lands, and those are all within this comprehensive plan update. And then the rest of it is input that was received from, community members, that steering committee, and that's why there's some of those that kind of go outside of those buckets of things that we have to hit for the comp plan. And I would say too, the public presentation that we were here last time for, going down into the Rotunda area, we had a lot of good discussions with community members, with all of you. So I felt really positive after leaving that meeting. So we appreciate the time that you guys put into this.
If there's no discussion, I would entertain a motion for.
It is a public hearing, so you do
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
sorry.
open it up to the public, sorry.
Yeah, I forgot. If there's anyone in the public that would wish to speak for or against this petition, please come to the microphone. State your name and address, please.
Jessica Hardy, 1314 Pearl Street here in Auburn. So the comprehensive plan has been very important to me over the years.
Can you speak up?
I'm so sorry. Better? So the comprehensive plan has been very important to me over the years. It has helped me as a community member shape this community. It is definitely a tool, and it needs to be wielded properly. So when you guys are thinking about it and looking at it, you have to realize that while it is not law, it is definitely something that can be used for or against things. I wrote in, and I am very worried about TIFs. I'm also very worried about ETJ. Both, I think, are misused in this community and need to be watched thoroughly. There's not enough oversight on either of them. As a community member, I hope that you guys use this to help community members protect themselves. I've used this to protect myself in the past. I hope to use it to protect myself in the future. Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience that wishes to speak for or against? Mike?
I just want to add, there's a couple of things I just want to focus on real quickly. The trails and open spaces, page 85, for example. Auburn right now is going through a 2040 plan for our parks and recreation. So we're going through the strategic planning and tactical planning process just like the county was a number of weeks ago. And what excites me here, and I'm asking this board and the county commissioners, it says here on 2B on page 85, support and coordinate with the city of Auburn to complete the Cedar Creek activization plan. Now again, that hasn't been defined yet. We have no idea exactly what it's going to look like, but the county did team up with Auburn on that one Cedar Creek rebuilding, the banks rebuilding phase, which was fantastic. And if we do decide as a city to continue the Cedar Creek development, maybe for a canoe launch or something like that in the city, I would just hope the county might be willing to lend its support to that just as they did before. So I just want to make you guys cognizant. Please keep us in mind as we're going through our plan for the city of Auburn, and hope that the city, the county will support Auburn in that regard as well, because it's a win-win for both. The better we can make the Auburn park system, the better I think the county residents will enjoy the park system here as well. So that's.
Anyone else wish to speak? Seeing none, we'll close the public portion of the petition and ask if there's any last comments from the board, questions, comments, discussion.
Just a stepping stone. Zoning.
So this will help guide and support changes to the zoning ordinance.
Well, my other question is, like, we've been changing over the past 5 years, some of the industrial ones over to ag one are by mistake. This takes care of all that problems, right?
No, so what this does, it helps support those changes in zoning. So this doesn't change our zoning at all. We'll have to then go through our zoning ordinance and zoning map and update those things. So this doesn't, but the future land use map can help support those zoning changes where it didn't before. Like that, especially that corridor along the SDI, right? That we've changed, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so properties there from I-2 to A1 or A2 to allow people to build homes.
But this will allow us to do it without having someone in and come in for a hearing, right?
No, they still will have to come in for a hearing, but it helps support the Plan Commission's recommendation to the commissioners to allow it. They still have to come in for a hearing. Now, the Plan Commission can do, a big Plan Commission initiated zone map amendment where we take care of bearing those costs and going through the process for people. But it doesn't, this does not change their zoning, no.
Because, the new zoning has more agriculture ground and less over the old zoning map.
The new land use map.
Land,
so the new,
all right.
Yeah, they're separate.
Land use map.
Yeah. So, it's, as Rachel or Jen said, I can't remember which one, if you look at this old zoning map versus the new, there was a conservation ag and an agricultural that we condensed into one.
Yeah.
Just because it was cumbersome and confusing, and we just wanted to condense that. So that's what that did for the future land use map, but it doesn't change the zoning.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. But so what we need today is not to get ahead of you, but is a recommendation to approve or not approve the plan to certify that to the commissioners.
Do you want approve or disapprove, or you want favorable, unfavorable, or no?
Technically, isn't it in the Indiana code approve or not approve? A recommendation, but. Okay, to approve or not approve. Okay, got you, thank you.
I think.
The statute says after a public hearing or hearings have been held, the Plan Commission may approve the comprehensive plan. So I think if you put the word approve in there somewhere, it's helpful.
We should have started with asking the attorney first, right?
It's all right. It's all right.
They're too smarter than me.
No, don't put us in that category.
It's a perfect one.
Very clear.
Yes, very good.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to make a favorable recommendation to approve to the county commissioners for the new 2040 comprehensive plan. Can we have a roll call vote?
Yes. Callan Dooley. Bill Van Wy.
Yes.
Jerry Yoder.
Yes.
Suzanne Davis. Yes. Angie Holt. Yes. Tyler Lanning.
Yes.
Jason Carnahan.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks.
Request, if I may, before we leave. Can I get a picture with Chris? I had.
Just me?
Yes, you. Like, if you just come over here, let Jen take a picture, and then we'll get out of your hair.
The old college days coming back.
We're on, hold on while we're on 20-second recess.
You want to see the back row?
Back row to the picture.
See you, Mark, second. Yeah, this.
I said,
Oh my goodness, we have to redo it.
Bye. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
We have no other new business, correct?
Correct.
We'll move on to reports from our city and town representatives.
Your mic on.
Auburn did not have a meeting in January, so the February meeting, the officers were chosen and the liaisons to different things and committees. There was one item that was tabled until March for over next to the, what's that new burger place over there on Shook Drive? There's a new thing gonna go in over on Shook Drive near Home Depot,
Oh, the,
the drive-in one.
Sonic?
Sonic, yeah, next to Sonic, there's a,
Oh, it's there.
Some of what's going beside it. Something beside it, right?
well, yeah, well, it's gonna be in between Sonic and Mike's Car Wash, I think.
Oh, between them.
Yeah, it's like a three unit.
Probably. Probably. Drainage wise. I was worried about the water. How was being sold.
Okay. Okay.
BBD.
Waterloo did not meet in January, but we met on Monday. They elected officers. We had a public hearing with no public input on the strategic plan because they didn't get the funding for the full comprehensive plan. The council made a recommendation to make it an amendment, and so the Plan Commission voted to make the strategic plan an amendment to the comprehensive plan. So they'll be used in conjunction with one another for decisions going forward.
St. Joe's, they've been having 2 meetings a month. Beating it, trying to get their board together. They've got everybody, but they can't find a Democrat. So I don't know if they have a Democrat.
We're finding a Democrat.
And
Not
they,
my job anymore. I introduced at least one to them, so.
Yeah.
How do you feel about moving to St. Joe?
Pardon?
How do you feel about moving to St. Joe? You
Looking to
be
make
on
a
the
move,
Could do,
Suzanne?
if there's anyone that's an independent, they could do 2 Republicans, a Democrat, and independent. And then same with their ETJ members. I think they have to have 2. They could do, I don't remember if those are party, on the party line or not, but anyway, they could do 2
independent.
Republicans, Democrats, and independent, 2 Democrats, a Republican, independent.
Well, they can't find a Democrat.
Yeah, so they could find
It
it.
might be a Democrat, but nobody wants to admit it.
Funny how that goes.
So they have 0, you're saying. They're not looking for another one. They're looking for any?
So they're,
They have one, they need another.
Oh, okay.
They do?
Yeah, they
I
need
don't think
another.
they have a one, do they?
They have one or no?
They have one, they need another.
Oh, so you can do an independent then?
They could do an independent. Or could have 2 independents, yeah. Just can't be 2 from the same political party.
Yeah.
so yeah, as soon as they find that person.
They'll be ready.
They claim like they're gonna be ready to roll, but.
Good. Good. The only thing that I have is, I'd like to form a committee of the Plan Commission and 1 county commissioner to review, ordinances, and especially here in the near future, getting information on and having public discussion on data centers, carbon capture, and nuclear, what are they called? Small nuclear reactors, they're called. To be able to bring that forward to the Plan Commission and county commissioners. I think those are things that are going to be, obviously you've seen in the news, Fort Wayne recently, but also in other areas of the state. And with Governor Braun pushing forward for those, they could be coming to DeKalb County. And so I think we need to be prepared. instead of being reactive as we sort of kind of were with solar, be a little bit more proactive and have that discussion early on, get public input early on, and then, you know, maybe have something to bring forward to the Plan Commission. June, July, August, commissioners after that. So I'd be looking for, we cannot have obviously a quorum of the Plan Commission, so we'd be looking for 4 members of the Plan Commission. I would ask that Andrew be part of that as well, myself, and then a member of the county commissioners.
Be willing to participate.
I would do that.
Yeah, I'll help you out on that.
Gosh, all y'all just jumping on board for this committee.
I want a council member on it. I do double duty.
Kellen?
I'll see what so I'm gonna
defer and wait to see what the commissioner, who wants to be on the commission. Because if
Chris
I
can
get it
present.
now, I'm automatically on it, so we can't have 2 on there. So we'll bring it to the commissioners, let them decide who's on
Chris
it.
can present it at your meeting. I'll do it.
Okay. We'll look for an email for me once March 2nd hits, to maybe meet. I'm gonna see if Alicia's a non-voting member. Andrew, would that be an issue if Alicia was part of, Alicia Rogers?
I don't believe so, because she's not a part of the quorum.
Right.
So it should be okay to have her
Okay.
on.
I'd like her to be on as far as Purdue Extension and
Okay.
she's got the ability to
Maybe national resources on some of these.
get some elite or state resources on these.
She's an ex officio member, that's
Okay.
okay to have her on.
Okay. All right. So look for that coming up. Whoever volunteered.
Was there an Ashley meeting since we skipped Ashley?
No, there's nothing, I never heard nothing from Ashley or Corona, so Corona's, you know,
Well, Corona they don't do anything planning related because
Yeah.
we do it all for them, but yeah.
you said they would like to have someone there.
They'd like to have someone
I
at their
didn't hear
at their council meetings.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Are there any comments from anyone in the audience on anything for the good of the cause? Seeing none?
2 in the hats back there.
You do. Seeing none, we will.
I'd like to bring up one more thing before we adjourn. Going back to our permit fees
Yeah.
for ag buildings. I'd like to make a couple suggestions maybe that the commissioners could. Allen County, they did raise their fees this year, 26. They went to 3 cents. And they're straight across the board.
But I did look into, go ahead.
But it's 3 cents for the builder, 3 cents for the electrician, 3 cents for the plumber, and I know you guys are all together.
Right.
But on an ag building, if the guy's just putting up storage and not gonna put lights in, he's not gonna put water in there, he's not gonna put any septic in or anything, I think they should be charged accordingly. If they're not gonna use any mechanicals and you're not gonna have any mechanical inspections, it'd be just a flat, simple fee for them.
How does that work if you're your own independent contractor and you do it all yourself?
If what?
If you're your own independent, like contractor, you do all of it yourself. You pay extra 3 for water and electric and stuff if you do it yourself even? You just do it up
You'll have
front?
to pull your own permit, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, those fees are up to the commissioners, as I've said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think
What's ours, 10 cents?
I'm 10 cents per square foot.
You know, if
You know.
the building would be just for storage, it would just be like a flat 3 cents. If they were gonna be putting some heat in it, then you'd add another 3 cents. So that'd be up to 6 cents if they're gonna be adding another inspection of electrician, or another 3 cents. So it'd be up to 9 cents, but it wouldn't be the flat 15 cents no matter what.
We're 10 cents, but
No, 15.
we're 10 cents. Right?
I think so.
Right, but someone that's building, if you would come in and build a building on your property for your own personal use, it's 10 cents a square foot. For a residential ag building. It's a pole barn style building, yeah.
But I thought you were treating it like a commercial.
Not if it's, no, not if it's a commercial, if it's a commercial ag building, then yes, it falls into a different category based off of the number of animals that are going to be within that building. But if it's a storage building for your farm equipment, then it's going to be 10 cents a square foot.
Which is still a little high for a storage. Right.
We're, we can discuss this. I mean, this really doesn't have anything to do with the Plan Commission, but how the fees are broken down.
Is there a cap on it, Chris? Is it just 10 cents, or is it 10 cents up to a certain amount?
There is no cap, no.
There's a minimum fee.
There's a minimum. I didn't know if there was a max. Like if I was gonna build a giant open storage building, if there was like a max, because it wouldn't take as much inspection for
Yeah,
additional
there's
square
no-
feet.
There's no max minimum.
So an accessory building, residential new is 10 cents a square foot, and Steuben is 14, LaGrange is 15, Noble is 8 cents, Wells County is 6 cents, Allen County is 2 cents, maybe 3 cents now. I mean, I'm always going to be on the fence about this because I do believe that the fees should be paying for the service that is provided, right? I mean, our inspector still has to go out, gas is still getting paid, insurance for the car is still getting paid, there's liability insurance that we're paying. So I just feel as though we should be paying, or residents should be paying for the service that's provided.
I just think ag should get a little bit of a discount on their fees. If you're, say you're putting in a large chicken barn or the calf barn or whatever, you know, you start paying. I think the one building that went in right next to me was 100 by 300, and his permit was like $5,000. How do you have $5,000 worth of gas money running out there for inspections?
I don't know, but there's various reviews and approvals that have to go on with that, right? So like,
Well, yeah.
we're reviewing it and we're keeping it in our office for sometimes up to 4 or 5 weeks because we're dealing with the engineer or whoever's doing the drainage.
4 to 5 weeks is fast.
And 4 to 5 weeks is fast. So like, we're dealing with people on the daily basis of phone calls and reviews to get these projects reviewed and approved. So I'm not saying it's just the inspection fee, but it's also the fees of utilizing our services to help pay for or offset the cost of the review. The problem is that we have I don't know if that's what the fee is. It's 15 cents a square foot. But part of it is that we were not doing a thorough review of those types of projects because we were treating them as though they were just agricultural barns that John Doe would have on his property, right? So, and then we would realize, oh, they have 27,000 chickens, or they have 299 head of cattle. And then we're getting pushback from neighbors saying, this is what's going on. And we're getting into the weeds on this. And again, this is not a plan commission issue. This is a commissioners and dealing with it, the fees and all that. But what the commissioners decided was that to be able for us to review these types of projects thoroughly, that's what the fee needed to be. It's not only planning and zoning review, but it's drainage board review, and they work with them way more than probably we do. But, you know, they have to get oftentimes a soil water permits, health department's permits, potentially if there's a bathroom in there. Typically a highway department. They're typically disturbing more than an acre that they don't tell us they're disturbing. That's what a lot of it happens, is they don't realize or take into account the driveway they're putting in, along with the building, along with the generator, along with the storage area, along with the laydown yard, along with this and this and this, that they just don't tell us is being part of the permit. So that's why we require engineer drawings to show exactly what they're doing and exactly what they're putting in. Because before, all we required was a building on a aerial map, and then next thing we know, there's 6 times the area disturbed.
You were treating it like an accessory structure. Before, you were treating it as an accessory, where it wasn't. It's ag. It's an ag production with livestock.
It's livestock production,
Yeah,
correct.
and I understand that it takes, you know, you're gonna get more complaints from the neighbors, you're gonna get you know, you're gonna get all kinds of problems that you're gonna have to answer, but I just feel like the ags needs to have, I mean, they're producing food, not like some other factory or something that's not producing something food oriented or something that was, yeah, you don't eat her product. I'm just saying, it's ag, and I just like the commissioners to take a look at it and see if there's, you know, something that could be done to help the ag industry.
And I would defer that to Kellen to bring up to commissioners. I've said my piece on it, so.
Anything else from anybody? We have a meeting next month?
No, but we will in April.
Okay.
Potentially.
Guess we are adjourned till April.